And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today I was just checking out some apps on my phone and I just wanted to check out compounding interest one more time. Very often we forget about the eighth wonder of the world, compounding interest, right? And what does that mean? It basically means that when you invest your money and you get a specific return, like the market has done about 7% return over the past 100 years a year, and you compound that. Let's say you've invested $1 million. That basically means that you make, was it 7? I don't even remember, but you make then interest on the first year, and then you make interests on the second year. And as long as you keep the amount there and you keep investing it, or keep having it there and allow it to grow on its own because of an investment, then it's going to become massive over the years, right? Because in 7%, that means that that is going to double in 10 years. And if you just allow it to grow and to grow and to grow, it becomes massive. So I found this app called the Quick Interest Calculator. Okay, so go on App Store and try to play around with it. Quick Interest Calculator. And on it is basically 4 options. There is the deposit of how much you start with. I put that at 0. And then the amount that you will deposit on a monthly basis. And the maximum there is 20,000. This is in Norwegian. I don't know if it's because of the currency or the country that I downloaded it in, but it's in Norwegian kroners for me. And then it says, what is the interest rate? And then you just have to think about, okay, well, what is it, the market that I'm going to follow? Is it something else? And then the last one is how many years? And basically what I found out, imagine you're a 12-year-old and you basically say, you know what, mom and dad, I don't really want to go to school. I just want to work and I want to learn how the world works. And so I'm just going to get a job or maybe a couple of jobs and I'm just, figure out things as I go along, or maybe start my own business, in, of course, my parents' name, because, as a 12-year-old, you can't start a business. So let's say he quits school and he just starts working. And over those next 6 years, before he's 18 years old, let's say he just deposited 12,000 Norwegian kroners on an account, an investments account, and he made 7% interest rates on that money. Just 7%. That's it. Okay, and that's the average of the of mutual funds, basically the last 100 years. Within the time he's 18 years old, he will already have amassed and saved 1 million kroners. Now, how many 18-year-olds have 1 million kroners? Now, that's quite amazing. And that's only investing 12,000 kroners per month in 6 years. All right? So if you download that app, you can kind of tinker around with it and figure out what could you do if you set aside a specific amount of money every single month. You have no idea how fast it adds up with just 7% interest rate. In Norway, the past 16 years, since 2002, the interest rate has been 13% on the Norwegian stock market. 13%. All right? And if you even took some time to learn about investments and to learn, for example, the Warren Buffett way, Rule 1 investing, you could have returns of 15 to 20% simply because you understand investing. All right? And let's say, for example, okay, let's say you got 20% interest rates on those 6 years. You would have 1.6 million Norwegian kroners just from depositing 12,000 every single month, and you're just working, getting experience, and you could probably over time deposit a lot more than that, especially if you keep your costs down and you're just working. Eventually you can start your own business and you'll have a completely different life than any other person. Why do you need school? Why? Why is it like for social? I mean, come on. You can join any sports teams. You can join any cultural groups. You can join drama clubs. You can join any other things to get your social in. You can even like become part of a business incubator for teenagers. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do than go to school in order to get an education and in order to get a job. It's just a waste of time. Why don't you just start working? Like, okay, 12 years old, is it a bit early? I don't think so. There's a lot of things you can do as a 12-year-old. I'm not saying it's a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, or an 8-year-old. No, forget about that. During that time, you should just have fun and enjoy yourself. But at 12, you should start getting into getting some responsibilities, getting some things going, and make money. Why not? So that's my view. That's my understanding of the world, is that you don't need school. Really, the two things you need to get good at in this world is how to handle money and how to work with people. And not necessarily in that order. Okay? If you learn how to work with people, you learn to become a leader, really the money will naturally come by themselves. But it's important to always remember, pay yourself first, set aside a certain amount every single month, and invest that into the market or specific companies, or even better, in your businesses. But if you invest in your businesses, set also some aside for just normal investments so that you're at least a little bit diversified and not all in on only your business venture. This is the Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. I'll see you again tomorrow.